Hi, Guido Fox here. Wonderful that you will watch a new video, a new book report. Today, I want to talk with you about 200 pages of information about a book from the Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama, interesting personality, well known in the world, and he gives here his philosophy about the dead. That's the title of the book, a little bit pessimistic. I don't want to talk with you about the dead today in the physical way. I don't want to have it so pessimistic. I made a lot of videos already about the death and how you can deal with it, the physical death. But I want to talk more with you, and that's also mentioned in this book, about the mental death, about the zombie walks and the zombie attitudes and the laziness and the downward mental crisis where we are in, right? So he describes, right? Everyone is going dead. We know that. We know that we are going to another world, or you reincarnate in another kind of form in this world and in your next stage. But people are walking dead animals. If you walk on the street and you see all these dead faces, worrying faces, aggressive vibes, people are already dead before they are going to the real physical death. So people are already dead. They're walking like zombies, and all their life energy is gone. There is no Shakti flow. I talked with you about Shakti flow in the last video. So if you analyze people on the street, it's embarrassing how they walk, how they move, and there's nearly no energy flowing in their lives. So this also aligns with the philosophy of Osho, of the Bhagwan, that nearly 90% of the people are already dead before dying. And that is a very sad view. I want to incorporate a little bit my own vision and topic. What is interesting in this time and also in related to this book is overcompensation, YOLO, you only live once, and an hedonistic lifestyle, hedonism. Spirituality, people who are not really have a lot of knowledge about spirituality are linking the behavior within spirituality, that you're a free person, that you're free mind, that you're sexual free, that you can do what you want. They misinterpret this attitude with an hedonistic lifestyle. Hedonism is that you can do everything what you like to do. So you can eat what you like, you can drink what you like, you can have sex what you want to do. If you want to visit prostitutes every night, 3-4 times, do your thing. If you want to become drunk, do your thing. If you want to go to the McDonald's every day 10 times, do your thing. That is hedonism. Western hedonism, mostly because we are kind of rich. Buying 10 cars, buying 10 villas, going 10 times on holiday. People who are thinking spirituality is hedonism, it's not true. When you are really spiritual, you reach kind of consciousness levels where you make your decisions very suffocated, very deep, very overthinking. Is this a good decision or not? Do I feel good with making this decision? Once in a while to the McDonald's, it felt great for me. I don't want to go 10, 20 times on holiday. Oh my god, all those traveling, all those administration, buying your tickets, sitting in airplanes, traveling. I become tired, man. Tired of all those traveling and all those holidays. Even if I have the millions of money on my bank account, then I still don't want to go every time on holiday. When your consciousness is high, you have enough with 2, 3 times going on holiday. When you're fully consciousness, I have enough with 2, 3 times sex per week. When I'm fully consciousness, I don't want to go 10 times to the McDonald's. Hedonistic lifestyle is unconsciousness behavior. Spirituality is consciousness, and less is more. You are a lot of times happy with what you have, and a slightly entertainment is already good for you. Don't go in the ascetic balanced way, right? So spirituality in the middle, hedonistic is on the extreme side, and ascetic, that means that you're holding yourself in, that you nearly can enjoy anything in your life, that you're not gonna enjoy physical contact, that you're not enjoy holiday, that you preserve yourself from that little ice cream by the McDonald's, so that you hold yourself to enjoy your life is also not a good thing. So it's always the middle way. So that's related towards spirituality, hedonism, and also the dead. Too ecstatic, too holding yourself in is death, is not life. Too hedonistic lifestyle is unconsciousness, spending money every time, have a shopping addiction, craving addiction, 10 times on holiday, get bored because you saw already the swimming pool many times, buying 10 cards, got 10 cars, even you use only 1 or 2, right? Senseless energy to have all your cars in the garage. That's the other side. That's also that living, because you are making unconsciousness decisions. So stay in the middle way. Consciousness decisions is the best also for your happiness, and that you not walk as a zombie on the street, right? Dalai Lama, he was tortured. That's very interesting. A lot of spiritual guys, or Jesus, right, on the cross, but also Osho, but also was in prison. Also Buddha, they were throwing stones on him when he was coming in a village. Socrates was poisoned. Hey, so you see in spirituality, the guys who are really growing in consciousness become danger for the vested interest. And they be tortured. They were in prison, so even the Dalai Lama was in prison. And there's something with torturing, there's something with abusement. Because if you have physical abusement in your life or mental abusement, you want to fight yourself out there and you want to become as happy as possible and you want to heal your old pains and your traumatic experiences in life. And I talked with you in the previous video already about how you can heal your old pains and your traumatic experiences. So the Dalai Lama was in prison. He was tortured, I think, by the Chinese government because he was in favor of the Tibetan case for independent Tibet. So you see a link between having a horrible life in the matrix and growing out of this matrix, torturing mental prison. Um, Page 36. 36. People are physical old, but they pretend to be young. Maybe you have an uncle, or you have a father, or you have a friend who's a little bit older and he's starting to behave in the midlife crisis, or he's starting to behave as a child. Childish attitude, right? To maybe he missed some youth. Maybe he wants to overcompensate his physical appearance. So people are becoming old. They say, "Oh my God, I'm so old." Okay, let's be some more childish or funny or whatever. That's all overcompensation. So be aware of this kind of people who pretend to be young or act like a young way when they become older. Go with people who are staying themselves, right? Not to pretend, not to have mask. That's what the Dalai Lama here is saying. People who overcompensate too much in their lives are not very trustful, and they have mask playing games, and also lurk energy from you and lurk energy out of your energy system. So be aware of people who are not themselves and are pretend to be someone else or pretend to be an important person or whatever. Watch out, be careful. That's what the Dalai Lama saying here. Stay by yourself and choose your inner circle. Choose your inner circle wisely. Page 50. An hero is someone who is going through life without any fear. Of course, there's some fears in your life. If you see a tiger, run away. Follow your intuition. If you see a tiger, an aggressive tiger, that's good fear. But a lot of times people are living with fear, mental fear patterns in their mind. And I don't want to go deeper in this topic. I made so many videos about how to deal with fear, how to overcome fear patterns. But the most important lesson from the Dalai Lama is here: you are a hero. You are a hero in your life if you give up fear. The fear to date, the fear to be rejected in love, the fear that you are not good enough, the fear to step out of your career path and choose something else in your life, the fear to go for something new, right? The fear to go on holiday to maybe dangerous places. Yeah, watch out, but also a little bit adventure in your life, right? So there are a lot of fears where you can be known or unknown. You have also underlying fears that causes some fears on the slightly waterline. So you have deeper fears and more lighter fears. And sometimes the lighter fears are caused by the deeper grounded fears in your life. Only a life coach is thinking to make that clear by you, those patterns, and make it visible, all your fears, and how you can deal with that. Take care about your body. 79. So the Dalai Lama said, okay, try to eat healthy, sports regularly base. Your body is your temple. My body is my temple. Be aware what you eat. Take care of your health. Moving. Let your bloodstream flow. And when you're doing that, you become so much better in your energy and in your vibe. And you will shine. And if you shine, the world is shining back. You get more positive reactions from people if you're moving like freely in life. So it's like an earthware jug, een aardewerkkruik in Nederlands. It's an earthware jug, and that means that you have to be careful of your body. And that's also related to the hedonism, the hedonistic lifestyle. I talked with you earlier. If you drink so much, you have so much money, and you cocktails here, food there, and you go maybe on the drugs because it is not so expensive. The stuff is not so expensive for you anymore. And you take all those garbage, it's lowering your consciousness. You're not taking care of your body, and you will become a very unconsciousness soul. So the hedonistic lifestyle there, be aware of that. Page 179, concentration meditation. Yeah, the Dalai Lama was really, really right here. Concentration meditation. It is a combination of meditation and concentration, because concentration meditation means that you're going inside, your seven seals, that you're focusing on your seven holy spirits in your body. That is a concentration, that's a mind concentration. So meditation is concentration, not really in daily life focusing, because focus is externally, but concentration, meditation is internally, right? So in the matrix, you learn to focus. You're doing your job and you're focused on your job, and it's pure externally because you're focused on to produce something to the external world. But concentration meditation is another thing, is that you constantly concentrate on that inner force, on that inner flow in your body. And then you get page 193, you get an happy, ecstatic body, right? So your body will be evolved. Your body will be much more developed inside when you're going into concentration meditation and finding deeper lines and chakras in your body. So it's some body evolvement mechanisms. And you have nowadays so many meditation apps, so many guided meditations. What is actually a distraction of going just in a silent room with some sense. It's okay. Going inside, just sitting on a chair, have a good position, just a basic, just a simple meditation. Going inside, concentration meditation, so many apps, so many guided meditation, listening to background waterfalls and fire mechanisms, and you listen to all those background noise, and it disturbs your inner experience. So I am from the basic, just the chakra meditations. That's enough, right? You don't have to listen to all those guided meditation. You can do that from time to time, right? I talked with you about hedonistic. Hedonistic is that we do all the guided meditation and listening to Osho all the time and listening to all the teachers and then I become enlightened. It's a byproduct. The main product is concentration meditation. The rest is byproduct, is entertainment. You can learn something from it. It's okay, but it's ultimately balance, right? It's balance. Don't reject spiritual books or going to seminars or whatever. It's always the balance here. But the main cause for enlightenment or to reach higher consciousness levels is just the concentration meditation. Want to talk own topic. An evil person is also a bad person. And an evil person does do bad things. Otherwise, you not become an evil person. Evil exists. We have to be aware for that. If you're doing evil things, and a lot of people are doing evil things, criminals, rapers, child abusers, child porn, whatever you have in this crazy world. Evil exists. Watch out for people who you don't have a good feeling with. I have one guy in the gym. I met him in the morning and I have so bad energy. And I know it, He do something what the daylight cannot see. I don't know what exactly. I have some feelings, but he has so bad energy. Go away from this person. Move out. That's my advice. But don't do evil things. It's bad for your karma. Do criminal things. Don't steal. Don't rape. Don't how you say make mistreatment to people. I see people renting money from people who are not giving the rent back. I see people renting books from someone and not bringing it back on time. So try to analyze your own behavior. And I'm also not a holy guy, but try to manage your own behavior. Is this evil or is this good behavior? And do I drive to red light? It starts really with walking through red light. And karma is a bitch. When you walk 5, 6, 7 times to red light, there comes a moment that a car is gonna hit you or close by hitting you. When you're not watching out so careful. The red light is the red light. Wait a little bit, going inside. Go to your chakras, right? Even if it takes so long, the red light. The red light can you see as a meditation moment, right? The red light is not for nothing there. And you mistreat, if you go to red light, you mistreat the people who are driving to green light because they have constantly be careful that maybe someone is still walking or cycling through red light. So you send bad karmas through other people in the traffic. Why I'm saying this, if you analyze your own behavior, it's karma related and you're becoming more alive. If you do evil things, energy stocks, karma hits you, and Shakti stream, Shakti flow cannot stream. So it is your incentive to not walk into red light or not doing bad things in your life doesn't had to be, oh, then police is coming or I have to go to jail. That is for the matrix people. That is for the lower animals in society. Oh, if I'm doing steal, then I have to go to prison. That is how you've been taught, right? The matrix teach you, you do something bad, prison will come, right? Or police will come. And that is your motivation. That is your stimulation in life, right? So, but if you want to grow further, if you want to grow outside the matrix, your motives for behavior, why you're doing behavior as you do, you higher your consciousness, you can analyze yourself better, you can analyze your own behavior, then your motive for good behavior is delivers this me a better person, a more happier person, give this me 100% wonderful life. Karma, good energy, meeting wonderful people. Does this behavior give me a wonderful soul life here on earth? That has to be your motive. Your motive to life. Not because, oh, maybe I go to prison or maybe police is coming. That's the wrong motive for behavior, right? Last topic, 212, page 212. Let us be born in a pure land. That's heaven, right? Let us be born in an inner pure land, but also in an outer pure land. Pure land means safe, clean, good energy. Your environment where you live has to be safe. Clean environment, that's very important. So please live in a safe area. Please live in a clean, try to live in a clean, good area. I recommend to pay extra rent, invest in extra rent or extra housing if you can live in a nice neighborhood, right? People want to always live big and then move to a big villa or a big house, and maybe it's just in a more bad area. So I always say pay more to live in a good area, because if you feel safe in your area and the people are nice in your area, and they're more mental growing up than living in an outskirt or in banlieue. I also know a lot of people have no chance for it. That's sad, of course, but you will be influenced by your environment, right? So it's still safe here in Amsterdam. Maybe later not, that I have to move out. But invest in your environment and try to make money to invest in that. So be careful where you live, because a safe place is so much better for your consciousness than you have to walk on the street and constantly watching around if you get robbed. Or women was going to harass. right? So a safe area is a blessing for your spiritual growth. A safe place is so good for also make you more motivated and also more striving and also more efficient in your job, in your work and making money. So if you invest in housing, I remember I worked by a big firm and 70% of my income was going on rent, and people were saying that's too high, but I managed it. I managed it very well. So I invested in my housing and it saved my life. I had nature, I had peace, I can load up for my job, I had no criminality, I had a boat before my house, I was able to sail in the evening. There were no strange people walking around. So the investment of housing, it was worth it. It was really, really worth it to spend so many money into your housing because you're so much there. So many hours you are in your house. You work maybe in your house. You cook in your house, you sleep all those hours in your house. So the most valuable thing is not your car to shine to your friends. Oh wow, I have a big Audi, but I live in a shitty neighborhood. Look, I'm driving in a cool BMW we and an Audi, but I live in a shitty neighborhood, right? So what to show off to your friends that you are able to buy this car, right? So housing first, that you live in a safe area and that you have nice furniture and good material and that you can walk freely peacefully in the evening around in your neighborhood. Very important life coach tip, that you live in a pure land. And if your country is becoming shitty, if your taxes are too high, if your country is taken over by low educated, low vibe people, you have to have always an option to leave the country. Always have an option. Okay, if I don't like it anymore, I try to go to another country and have fun there. Try also be aware to have an option B and maybe have also an option C. The world is a wonderful, great place, and you're able to discover it, and the land is from us all. And if you have an opportunity to find more peace and calm, and nature is better and safety is better, and your country is ruled by shitty persons, then always have the option to leave your country to search for pure land. Thank you for watching this new book report, and I see you by the next video. Bye bye.